Okay, I'll start sharing and we will be doing acids, bases and salts. Just one very basic video I want to show today. And Yukti was the one who was saying acids,
Introduction.
bases and salts we should be doing. Chalo, never mind. So, can you hear this or should I increase the volume?
No, ma'am, we can hear.
Okay.
Hello students, we have lemon, bitter gourd and sugar. Some of these foods taste sour, some taste bitter, some taste sweet, and some are salty. The sour, bitter, sweet and salty taste of foods arises due to the presence of acids, bases and salts in them. In the 17th century, chemist Robert Boyle first labeled substances as acids and bases. In this lesson, you will study about the properties of acids, bases, and salts. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define acids, bases, and salts. List. Many of us like sour taste of food. You must have noticed that sometimes juices we sip are sour in taste. Generally, sour tasting substances contain acids. Some fruits contain citric acid, which is sour in taste. The origin of the word acid is found in natural substances like which is sour in taste. The origin of the word acid is
Okay. So what did you understand till now, Harshal?
Means there are four uh,
Uh-huh.
taste: bitter, sour, sweet,
Mm.
and salt. In that there are acids, bases, and salts. And
Mm.
ma'am is
So
chemist
basically,
Robin.
wait. So basically, the taste of all materials,
A river salt, salty, sour, sweet.
which are the taste of all materials is based on whether on the on
Acid,
on acids, whether they have
bases,
acids.
bases, and salts.
Yes, acids, bases, or salts. So, what are the four tastes that we are talking about?
Means they taste sour,
Sour,
bitter,
bitter,
sweet,
sweet,
salty.
salty. So, what did he say when we talk about the sour taste?
Yes,
Sour
ma'am.
taste is due to the presence of
Citric acid.
acids. Yes. So acids will be of different names. Presence of acids. So let's see further.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. देखो अब क्या क्या acids होते हैं. Sonia, your turn. Anybody else is coming? Asad is coming. Hmm. Okay. Asad used to be such a regular student in the previous year, but these days he's not regular. He joins, then he leaves, then he
Means in
joins.
sixth, he was regular.
Huh?
In
Yes.
sixth, he was regular.
Hmm. Chalo, never mind. Okay. Now, Sonia, your turn.
is found in natural substances like fruits and vegetables. Have you heard that sting of an ant or a bee contains acid and causes the burning sensation? Different food items contain different acids. Citrus fruits like orange, grapes, mandarin, lemon, etc. contain citric acid.
Means what is this
Vinegar found
fruit?
in our kitchen
Fruit mandarin.
Mandarin, even I am not aware of this fruit.
Miss,
I
it is
haven't
looking
had it.
like orange.
It looks like orange. It must be from the same. So it is basically Mandarin orange only. So it is like an orange only. So Mandarin orange. So there are different way. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, oranges can be a different of different varieties. So one of the variety for orange is Mandarin. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Okay. Now you
ma'am.
tell me, what did you understand, uh, Sonia?
Yes, ma'am.
बताओ क्या
Ma'am,
समझ आया अभी तक? Yes. In.
ma'am, in different kinds of food and vegetables have different acids.
हाँ, तो in पहले नहीं आएगा ना. So we'll just start with different fruits
And
and.
vegetables.
हाँ, अगर आपने in बोलना हो गया, अभी बताती हूँ. Vegetables have different acids.
Acids.
For example, so citrus fruits जो है ना, citrus fruits कौन से होते हैं? Citrus fruits होते हैं
Lemon, orange.
lemon, orange.
There was not lemon.
There was not lemon, but lemon is also a citrus fruit. Lemon,
Okay.
orange, etc. These are citrus fruits, have citric acid in them. So basically, acids are also of different types. कोई citric acid है, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. So there's different types of salicylic acid. Many types of acids are present. Citrus fruits have citric acid. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
आगे पढ़ते हैं.
is dilute acetic acid. Ascorbic
फिर
acid
से, फिर
different
से, फिर
acids.
से.
Citrus fruits like orange, grapes, mandarin, lemon, etc. contain citric acid. Vinegar found in our kitchen is dilute acetic acid.
Okay, so what is vinegar? What is vinegar? Um, Asad, do you know what vinegar is?
Ma'am, vinegar.
Hmm.
Ma'am, vinegar is a liquid.
Yes. So vinegar is basically sirka. खट्टा होता है. We use it sometimes for.
Like a water.
Yes,
White
like
water.
it looks like water, vinegar. So vinegar contains which acid?
Acetic
Acetic acid.
acid.
तो ये नाम याद करने हैं आपने. Citric acid,
Acetic acid.
acetic acid. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Dilute acetic acid. Dilute का क्या मतलब होता है?
I don't know.
Okay. So I'll just.
Dissolving.
Dilute means which has more water. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then we have concentrated. Concentrated acids क्या होते हैं? Which have very little or no water. Very little or no water. So acids can be dilute acids or concentrated acids. So even citric acid could be dilute, acetic acid could be diluted, or it could be concentrated also. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Next.
Miss
Ascorbic
my
acid is
turn.
found in guava, orange, raspberries, etc.
Okay. So which acid is found in
Miss ascorbic acid.
ascorbic acid is found where?
Miss in raspberries.
Is found in, okay,
Mm,
guava.
Yes, ma'am.
Guava is
Uh,
what? Amrud.
yes, ma'am.
Raspberries or
And strawberry.
raspberries. So berries हम बोल देते हैं.
Yes,
Strawberries,
ma'am.
raspberries, different types of berries or
Berries,
okay.
etc. Miss.
And oranges also.
Yes, ma'am. But ma'am, oranges are different acid have. They have different
Oranges
acid.
also have citric acid and they
Yes,
have
ma'am.
ascorbic acid also. Okay?
Okay, miss. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Miss, all fruits have different acids.
Yes, they have not only fruit, some vegetables also, tomatoes. They have different types of acids in them. Now, basically, we need to see. We'll slowly see. Slowly, let's proceed. I don't want to give over information. Slowly, we'll proceed.
Malic acid is found in many fruits. Apple has quite rich in absorbic acid.
Okay, so many fruits have malic acid. So that's another type of acid, which is malic acid might be present in bananas, I don't know. But apple has ascorbic acid. So when we wrote this, guava, berries, oranges, apples, and then malic acid is also found in many fruits.
Yes, ma'am.
We can find out which fruits, but that can be a homework for all of you.
Most of the children love more cheese in pizza. Cheese and curd contain lactic acid. We wash our
Okay. ये बीच बीच में से कट रही है, I don't know why. So there's some
more
one more
cheese in
type of.
pizza. Cheese and curd contain lactic acid.
So what do they contain?
Lactic. Lactic acid.
Lactic acid. So cheese and curd contain lactic
Lactic
acid.
acid.
So now अब हमने कौन से acids के नाम? So you should know all these names.
Malic acid, ascorbic acid,
Ascorbic acid, lactic
lactic
acid,
acid, uh, acetate,
acetic acid,
acetic acid, and citric acid.
citric acid. Citric
Miss,
acid,
lactic
acetic.
means
Huh?
that now we have learned about that acid.
Which one?
Miss,
La-
last one. Yes, ma'am.
lactic acid. Lactic acid.
Miss, what it means? Ma'am, I can't see the screen.
Why can't you see the screen? आपकी तो रोज ही कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती है बेटे. क्या हो गया आपका?
Miss, what it means?
It is a name of an acid, bete, which is present in cheese and curd. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
These are all names of acids. Now, what really acids are, we will learn slowly. Okay? Abhi, we are just seeing that many fruits and vegetables have lots of different types of acids in them. Okay?
Yes,
So we
ma'am.
have just learned the names of acids and some of the names of the acids and in which fruits or vegetables they are present. Now, can you see acid?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now Sonia, your turn. Now we are going to bases.
We wash our clothes every day with soap. Do you know which kind of solution it is? Soap solution tastes bitter, and on rubbing on the palm, it gives a slippery feeling because it contains base. Thus, those substances whose aqueous solutions have a bitter taste and a slippery feel are called bases. Water-soluble bases are known as alkali.
Okay. So what did you understand? Sonia, अभी हमने different types of acids की बात करी थी. Now, what did you learn? What are bases?
Ma'am, bases are that their taste is sour.
सार नहीं, वो तो हमारा एसिडिक फूड का टेस्ट सार था. बेसिस का क्या होता है? Bases, when mixed with water,
Miss, I can tell.
yes, tell.
Miss, which mixed with water and
Hmm.
it tastes bitter
Water, taste bitter. Very good.
and miss, it is slippery.
Ah,
It gives a slippery feel.
it gives a slippery feel.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now, can you tell me, Sonia, what gives a slippery feel? So, what must it be? बताओ किस चीज में स्लिपरी फील होती है? अभी बताया था उसमें. सोनिया,
Ma'am, can you show again?
what were you doing?
Ma'am, I was
Yes, I can show again.
Contains base. Thus, those substances whose we wash our clothes every day with soap. Do you know which kind of solution it is? Soap solution tastes bitter, and on rubbing on the palm, it gives a slippery feeling because it contains base. Thus, those substances whose aqueous solutions have a bitter taste
Aqueous का क्या मीनिंग होता है?
I
Aqueous
don't know,
means
ma'am.
water, related to aqua. Aqua means water.
It's watery
Aqueous solution
solution.
means water solution.
and a slippery feel are called bases. Water-soluble bases are known as alkali.
Okay.
Miss,
Now did you
water
understand?
solution bases may are known as alkali.
हाँ, but let Sonia answer. Yes, it gives a slippery feel. For example, बताओ किसकी बात कर रहे हैं हम? Sonia, for example,
soap.
soap solution, है ना? पानी में
Yes,
हम
ma'am. Soap
aqueous
solution.
solution उसका. And does soap dissolve in water? Does it dissolve in water? So whenever such things dissolve in water, what are they called? Bolo? Alkali. Very good. So we can say water soluble bases. Bases are called alkali. अब जो ये मोस्टली जो सोप बनी होती है दैट इज मेड ऑफ अ मटेरियल कॉल्ड सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. सो सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड जो है वो वाटर में डिसॉल्व हो जाता है, तो वो क्या हो गया सोनिया? सो इट इज कॉल्ड एन, व्हाट इज इट देन? Alkali. So basically they are base. Yes, they are bases. Okay. चलो अब समझ आया. अब ध्यान देना वीडियो पे, चाहे आपकी टर्न हो चाहे नहीं हो.
The students, the chemical name of lime is calcium hydroxide. Lime water is prepared by dissolving lime in water. Milk of magnesia is a medicine which helps us in digesting our food. It contains magnesium hydroxide, which is a base.
ओके, कुछ समझ आया असद? असद कुछ समझ आया? असद को भी वैसे इतना वो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपको और अंजलि, अभी आप कौन सी क्लास में आए हो असद? फिफ्थ में हो ना, इसलिए ये बस बहुत लाइट. सिक्स्थ में. और अच्छा, तो फिर तो आप ध्यान से सुनो थोड़ा सा. हाँ, तो क्या होता है ये? कौन से बेसिस की बात करी अभी?
I can't hear properly.
Why can't you hear properly? What is wrong?
And please again.
Should I run it again?
Yes, ma'am.
Bases in our everyday life. They're talking about lime water, calcium
bases.
hydroxide. जैसे मैंने
Water-soluble
अभी soap का बोला, sodium hydroxide. Similarly, lime is calcium hydroxide.
bases are known as alkali. The students, the chemical name of lime is calcium hydroxide.
Lime.
Lime
जो हम
water is
कत्था लगाते हैं ना पान के ऊपर और हम खाते हैं, that is lime. उसको अगर पानी में मिलाओ तो lime water बनेगा. So it is basically, what is it? Asad?
Hydroxide.
Calcium hydroxide.
Miss, in Marathi it is called chuna.
Yes, in Hindi also. Lime is also a base, and this lime is made up of calcium
Calcium hydroxide.
हाँ, हाइड्रोक्साइड. जैसे सोप का हमने बोला सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. तो ये सारे
Sodium
क्या हैं?
hydroxide.
ये बेसिस के नेम है. कैल्शियम हाइड, जैसे अभी हमने एसिटिक एसिड, लैक्टिक एसिड, एस्कॉर्बिक एसिड वगैरह पढ़े, वैसे ही ये सारे जो हाइड्रोक्साइड हाइड्रोक्साइड हैं, ये सारे बेसिस हैं. आगे पढ़ते हैं.
There are different types of hydroxide.
Yes, different types of bases. The ones which we use in our everyday life, they are describing lime water.
prepared by dissolving lime in water. Milk of magnesia is a medicine which helps us in digesting our food. It contains magnesium hydroxide.
Okay, so magnesium hydroxide. So milk of magnesia. किस चीज के लिए यूज होता है? For digesting food. Digests food. And what is it made of? Which hydroxide is it?
Miss, I can tell.
Yes, tell.
Miss, magnesium hydroxide.
Yes, magnesium.
Miss, in our that what we drink the milk, there is magnesium in it.
No, it has calcium in it. This milk of magnesia is like a medicine which you use to digest food if there is some indigestion. But milk has mostly calcium and proteins. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I think there is magnesium also in milk.
Must be. Must be. Magnesium is there in bananas also, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So आगे अब ये समझ आ गया असद?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. आगे बढ़ते हैं.
Which is a base. The baking soda used in making cake, breads, and in other bakery items contains sodium hydrogen carbonate.
Sodium hydrogen carbonate, baking soda. This is also a base. We use it for raising the flour. The cake को थोड़ा fluffy बनाने के लिए, या हम कभी पकौड़ों में भी डालते
We
हैं.
use it for making pastries, cakes. Means
Yes.
for
Bread.
yes, ma'am. That all.
So it is calcium sodium carbonate. What is the name, Sonia?
Means it is good for our health.
Not very good for our health,
Yes, ma'am.
but it is okay to have in little quantities. So
Yes, ma'am.
baking soda का बताओ क्या नाम है? Baking soda is used to make what, Sonia?
Calcium.
Cakes. हाँ, बोलो सोनिया.
Calcium.
मैं पूछ रही हूँ is used to make what? To make cakes, pastries और
Ma'am, fluffy.
हाँ, fluffy things. उसमें वो थोड़ा सा वो चला जाता है अंदर. क्यों जाता है? वो किस चीज का बना होता है? सो बेकिंग सोडा इज बेसिकली मेड ऑफ, बताओ क्या? Sonia, do you
Ma'am,
remember?
calcium,
Okay. Calcium, sodium,
sodium carbonate.
yes, sodium carbonate. अब इसका symbols and all I haven't taught you yet, but just remember. Otherwise, I would have written down the symbolic names of all these. Baking soda is calcium sodium carbonate. Okay? अंजलि बैठी है उसको कुछ
Yes,
समझ आ रहा है
ma'am.
अच्छा ठीक है नेक्स्ट
When your mother cleans the window, put a drop of solution she is using on your palm and feel it. You will feel slippery on your palm. This is because cleaners are made of ammonium hydroxide, which is a base.
so what are cleaning things made up of what are cleaning things made up of Harshal
Means ammonium,
cleaning solutions are made of are
ammonium
also bases
hydroxide.
yes are ammonium hydroxide. So we have now different names of bases: ammonium hydroxide,
Uh,
magnesium hydroxide, calcium
calcium
hydroxide,
sodium.
sodium hydroxide, calcium sodium carbonate. This is also a base. Okay.
There are two big names of bases.
At the moment, let's see.
We use chalk in schools for writing on the
Hmm,
blackboard.
what is
Is it a
chalk?
base or an acid? Chalk gives a basic solution when dissolved in water. It is called, do you know you feel relieved on
Oh,
applying
oh. There, I don't know why they've spoiled this video.
water? It is called, do you know you feel relieved on applying
It,
baking?
it
Gives
is
a
a
basic
calcium
solution when
carbonate.
I think so.
Yes, ma'am. I have seen.
dissolved in water. It is called,
Yes, calcium carbonate.
Yes.
So, chalk is also a base.
It also dissolved in water.
Chalk, when dissolved in water, you should taste it. Try to taste a little bit. Don't have a
Means
drink
it
it.
tastes bitter.
In water, it tastes bitter. It is called
Calcium carbonate.
yes. It is called calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. So now you will know the names of so many acids and bases. Now we will go to the third one, which is what? Salts. Okay. So let us go ahead and talk about salts. What are salts? Whose turn is it? Asad, your turn.
Yes.
Is Asad there in the class? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So Asad's turn.
do you know you feel relieved on applying baking soda on ant sting? This is
Oh,
because baking soda neutralizes the acid present in ant sting.
oh, so
Now
we
that you
read
know
that also in the beginning that when these animals sting us, they have acid. So
Ma'am,
that
what
is why
means
it
thing?
starts itching. It hurts when
Yes,
ants
like bees
harm.
and
And so whenever their sting has acid in it, that is why it hurts. So when you put baking soda in it, what happens? The sting vanishes. Asad, samajh
we
aaya?
get, we get relief. Yes, ma'am.
So that is why. Why? Because it's a salt. And acids and salts, when they are put together, they get neutralized. The acid quality gets neutralized. Okay.
Okay.
What an acid and a base is, let us find what happens when an acid is mixed with a base. An acid and a base combine to give salt.
Okay. So first, let us write about the salt. Okay. And how are salts made? That is what we are going to study after that. Salts. No, actually what happens, one second, salts ऐसे नहीं बोलेंगे हम. We'll say when an ant stings us, it hurts because the sting has acid in it. So now what we have put, when we put baking soda on it, baking soda is what? It is a base.
Yes, ma'am.
On it, the hurt vanishes. Now what has actually happened? Acid plus base, these two have reacted with each other, is equal
Means
to,
baking soda is calcium carbonate. No,
uh,
ma'am. Calcium sodium carbonate.
so neutralization happens. What happens?
Neutralization.
So you write this word, neutralization actually happens when acid plus base. So this is called the neutralization reaction. And what they give rise to, neutralization happens and they give rise to a salt is made. Salts are made when acids and bases react with each other. Okay, so this is called a chemical reaction basically. They give rise to salt and water. ये समझ आया असद? नहीं भी आता है कोई बात नहीं, आप 6th में हो या आपके 7th क्लास का है.
And water. Let's do the following experiment. Add some phenolphthalein to dilute hydrochloric acid. The indicator remains colorless in the acidic solution. Now we add a solution of sodium hydroxide in the small portions. At a certain point, the indicator changes color, which means that the acid completely neutralized by the sodium hydroxide and some excess hydroxide ions are present in the solution. Reaction produced to salt, sodium chloride and water. The reaction of acids and bases is also known as neutralization reaction.
Okay, so let's see what is happening here.
Water. The reaction of acids and bases is also known as neutralization.
So ये पढ़ो असद. क्या हो रहा है ये?
The reaction of acid and base is also known as neutralization reaction.
न्यूट्रल करना क्या होता है? मतलब एसिड का जो इफेक्ट है या बेस का जो इफेक्ट है वो आपस में खत्म हो जाता है. क्यों खत्म होता है? क्योंकि एक सॉल्ट बनता है और एक वाटर बन जाता है जब वो आपस में रिएक्ट करते हैं. अब देखो ये क्या है? सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड क्या है? बेस. हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड क्या है? एसिड. जब इन दोनों को मिलाते हैं तो क्या बना? सोडियम क्लोराइड. ये क्या है? सॉल्ट. ये क्या है? सॉल्ट. और साथ में क्या बना? वाटर. सॉल्ट जो होता है ये सच में नमक ही होता है. नमक को अगर हम बोले तो नमक इज एक्चुअली सोडियम क्लोराइड. अब वो कैसे बना? अभी देखो मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ. अगर हम यहाँ पे बोले एसिड है, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, और बेस हमारा क्या है? सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. तो अब क्या बन जाएगा जब ये आपस में रिएक्ट करेंगे?
तो हाइड्रो एसिड बन.
नहीं, क्या होएगा? सोडियम, ये क्लोरिक एसिड है ना, तो सोडियम इस क्लोरीन से ऐड रिएक्शन करेगा तो क्या बन जाएगा? सोडियम क्लोराइड। क्या बनेगा?
सोडियम क्लोराइड।
हाँ, और ये जो हाइड्रोक्साइड है, ये हाइड्रोक्साइड से करेगा तो दो हाइड्रोक्साइड करके ये बन जाएगा वाटर। क्या बनेगा?
वाटर।
हाँ, पर अभी मैंने आप लोगों को ये बताया नहीं है। हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड को जब हम केमिस्ट्री में लिखते हैं तो वी राइट, सोनिया मालूम है आपको? सोनिया, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड
नो मैम।
क्यों नहीं मालूम? आपको तो पता होना चाहिए। तो मेरे को वो करवाना पड़ेगा पहले। HCl बोलते हैं। ये क्या है? हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड। Cl क्लोरिक एसिड,
हाइड्रोक्लोरिक
क्लोरिक का है, प्लस सोडियम का Na होता है।
means
And
where we use the hydrochloric acid we use in medicines.
in different things we use for different experiments. We'll see that later. Okay. Abhi first understand the reaction. What is happening? Hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide. Acid plus base. What is happening? This sodium is combining with this chloride, making NaCl, which is what? Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride.
This H or and this OH is combining. So what do we get? 2H, H2O, which is what? Water.
And water.
Okay. HCl plus
Yes,
NaOH
ma'am.
plus. Okay. Now we learned something else also today. What did we learn? There is another material called phenolphthalein. क्या material है?
Phenol. Sorry.
Phenolphthalein. Lein, phenolphthalein. What is it? It is also a
Naphthalene.
material. It is a chemical. Okay? So
Okay, ma'am.
if we add phenolphthalein in acid, it is a chemical and it is an indicator. We call it an indicator. Indicator why? It tells us if something is an acid or a base. तो आप फिनोफ्थलीन लेके चेक कर सकते हो कि एसिडिक है या बेसिक है चीज. एसिड प्लस फिनोफ्थलीन, when you put phenolphthalein, does not change color. Okay?
Okay.
But if you put phenolphthalein in a base, phenolphthalein, it changes color to pink. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
समझ आया ये? I'll show you another video, a very small video also, in which this is explained very nicely. And maybe in your schools, you will get these materials where you can actually do the experiment. Okay? But right now, we are just talking about acid and base together. When they meet, they have a neutralization reaction, which means it remains neither acidic nor basic. It gets converted to salt and water. Okay? So acid and
Yes,
base,
ma'am.
when they combine, they do not remain acid or they do not remain even a base. They become salt and water. You should remember that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Harshal? Asad?
Yes, ma'am.
He's gone. Harshal?
Yes, ma'am. I am there.
Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll just complete this video quickly and then we'll end the class.
Reaction. Sometimes we feel inflammation in our stomach.
This I think everybody must be feeling. पेट में आज
Means
बहुत पेट.
acidity.
Acidity. Yes.
Yes.
And then what do we take for acidity?
Means we take
Antacid.
baking soda. Means Eno. There is
Antacids.
baking soda.
which might have baking soda also.
Why is
Yeah.
it
Yes,
so?
ma'am.
Our stomach secretes hydrochloric acid, HCl.
So what is it secret? Where does this acidity come from? Stomach
Like
mein there are some.
hydrochloric acid, there is.
Yes. So stomach is secreting hydrochloric acid. Now there is too much. Uh, See, when the ant stings, that also hurts. So if there is so much acid in my stomach, again we will not feel comfortable. So that is why we give antacids. So easier way, instead of taking that, we should be aware of what we are giving, putting in our food. Our body should mostly remain alkaline. How should it remain? Alkaline. What are
Alkaline.
alkalis? Alkalis are bases which dissolve in water. So alkaline body and acidic body. Our body should remain alkaline.
A very strong acid which helps us to digest food. But too much secretion of acid in the stomach causes inflammation. To relieve the sensation of inflammation, an antacid is taken. Antacid contains base that neutralizes the excess acid in stomach. Soils which we use for cultivation can become acidic or basic in nature.
Okay, so first we just say this, okay? So what is happening? Hydrochloric acid, HCl, is secreted in the stomach. Why is it secreted? To digest food. But sometimes it is secreted in excess.
Means more.
Yes, excess. In excess.
Is in whale stomach there is too much hydrochloric acid present.
Yes, yes. In excess means more than is needed. So this acid is neutralized by taking a base, which is an antacid. Antacid. Those tablets are basically made of bases. Okay? Yes, everybody. दो ही तो
Yes, ma'am.
दो तीन ही तो बच्चे हैं आज क्लास में, कोई आए नहीं है. ओके, सो न्यूट्रलाइजेशन इन आवर डेली लाइफ. तो क्या कह रहे हैं, डेली लाइफ में न्यूट्रलाइजेशन कैसे हो रहा है, एसिड और बेस आपस में कैसे रिएक्ट करके न्यूट्रल चीजें बना रहे हैं सो दैट वी डोंट सफर. अब एसिडिटी ज्यादा कैसे होगी, HCl ज्यादा कैसे होगा, इफ वी टेक टू मेनी एसिडिक थिंग्स देन stomach is anyway creating acid to digest the food, and we have put in more acidic things in our body, so there will be more acidity. Okay, more acid in the body, so that has to be neutralized. So best is to you eat a balanced diet.
Ma'am, video is not showing.
Oh, sorry.
Stomach. Soils which we use for cultivation can become acidic or basic in nature. The
So
basic
soil.
soils are treated with organic compounds which release acid. Thus, the soil becomes neutral.
सो बेसिकली जो सॉइल भी है, हमारी जो खेती होती है उसमें भी हम जो भी मैन्योर डालते हैं, जो भी चीज डालते हैं, वो किस लिए, ताकि सॉइल न्यूट्रल रहे, ज्यादा एसिडिक या बेसिक ज्यादा चीजें ना बने, न्यूट्रल चीजें बने.
Many factories release the acidic wastes which, after falling in the water bodies, damage them. As a result, living organisms of water die.
तो कई बार ऐसा होता है, एसिडिक फैक्ट्रीज रिलीज करते हैं, दिस इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड पोल्यूशन. सो एसिडिक winds are released, the acids fall in the water, the marine life also dies because of the acidic nature of the water.
Means due to factories, the
Yes.
chemicals go into the river and the river get polluted. The marine life
Gets
get
so it becomes
polluted.
basically what happens? It becomes acidic, and that's why they die.
The acidic wastes are neutralized with the bases like slaked lime before their disposal. Summary.
So basically, what is happening? Sometimes, what is happening? Some of them, actually, all factories should be doing that. That when their acidic waste should be neutralized with a slaked lime, with some base, so that neutral things go into the water. But mostly people do not do it. If they don't do it, then the water gets polluted. It becomes too acidic. Then the
Miss, what you have to put for getting that
slaked lime. That is a
means?
base. Lime we saw na is a base.
Yes, on that we have
Yes.
to
So
put.
if you put it in large quantities, so that a neutralization happens. That's why we say acid basic reactions together. That is a neutralization reaction. So that has to happen for us so to not pollute everything. Same way in our body also, there should be some neutralization mechanism so that we do not suffer. Okay, we don't feel bloated and gas and all those things happen. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll just summarize what we've learned here in this video and then we'll end the
Is
class.
what we have learned. An acid is defined as a substance whose aqueous solution is characterized by a sour taste. A base is a substance whose aqueous solution has bitter taste and a slippery feel. A salt is formed when a base reacts with an acid. The reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. Neutralization plays an important role in our everyday life.
Okay, so understood everybody? Yes, समझ
Yes,
आया ना?
ma'am. Yes.
हाँ, तो आपको ये पता नहीं था अभी तक बेटे? सोनी